Here's War Judgment. You can click any of these acts to skip to the certain part where you need your cog tags, and it's basically just a guide to all of them. So the first one's kind of right off the bat, a little past the convoy area, and you just pick it up right there. Next is when the, choose to have the Hammer of Dawn strikes on. Just move over here to the back alley, zip around, and bam, you can pick it up. Watch, there is a time constraint on that one. Next, we're a little further ahead. We're in this little back alley area. It just splits away from the rest of the game. And then here we are. The next is in the fountain when you're defending. This one's pretty kind of easy to miss. The other one's kind of, it just leads you right to them. Maybe the alley one you missed, but just right in the fountain. And the next one is a little further on when you get the crazy lancer wielding locust. It's just right here in the middle section. Can't miss it. It's like mid-combat kind of. And there you go. Continuing to fight the museum. You basically, when you're doing this little battle scene, it cuts off to the right here in this little room with a dead body, and just pick up. Here is where it kind of, where the Cerapedes and everything are showing off. You just split off into this back area, in the kind of cargo room. And the next one is right here by just behind the spotlight. You can't miss it. During the smoky, screeny area where you can't see anything. Next, the next act. Right on the bridge, you just go to the far end. It's just sitting right there in the open. This one is more in the poison gas area. You just go to the back here, and just after the Rager comes out, you just walk in there to the left. Here is after the part where you're fighting off people in the, low visibility gas room. Just in the next section here before you go to the next door to the next part. Here is at the desk right before you exit into the main area to defending the bot, just at the long desk area. This one you can't miss also. You just split off to the right during the giant statue, and you just pick it up. This is where you're setting up for defense. You just go up the steps, and it's right here in the little corner. It's possible to miss. Now we move on to the next act. This is Act 3, Seahorse Hills. So just past the mansion when you're fighting guys opening the door. You just go over and pick it up. Then we come down here, and it's just up the street, past where you're supposed to go on the objective. Another really easy one. Here's another one. You'll see the cog tag by a little car pileup, a little big green thing, and it's just hidden right here between the cars. Just tucked in there nicely. Next one is the little cargo battle you're going on. It's just right here behind this blue container. Another pretty easy one. And this one, you just go down this little kind of car slot area where there's fire and just sitting in the corner beside some tires. And then next is when you're doing a little battle on top of the estate. You just go into this back room and it's just sitting on top of the chest after you kill the mortar guy. Here's the one when you're inside the building, you're fighting off the locust, and it's just in the top area behind the pillar. Here we're on Onyx Point, which is Act 4. And basically when you're doing the D-Day scenario, just come up here before moving on, and you just turn right and pick it up. Have some ammo. Here's when you're trying to run to get to this point in a certain amount of time. It just split off here to the right. And then you just go off into the area right over there to the right also. Now when you're fighting up the coastline, it's just tucked here in the corner. Another easy one, it just split off to the left. You can't really miss it. Right where the trike is shooting at you. Here's another one, right where you start the checkpoint. You just split right up here to the left. I walked around the corner and saw the sign, came back for it. And you just pick it up on this little kind of up area. Next, during the annoying windstorms, you just split off to the right, and it's just tucked in this room. Here we go is when you're doing the kind of scenario where the light mass is. Just split off here onto your right side, just come to the back room and pick it up. Really easy one, no combat or anything. Here's another one when you're kind of like, on your way leaving. It's just tucked in the corner to the left, and where the embryo thing is. Now we're on to Act 5, downtown Halvo Bay. This is when you're doing the kind of yacht club fighting. It's just right by this stimo. Just look at the stimo because it's cool looking. And it's right here. Real easy. Now we move on to this one, kind of where the gridlock area is, right to your right, where the parade signs are. Just pick it up, and yeah, there you go. Next one is when you're going to hold off and defend. It'll basically just be a little arrow sign here and a big red omen on the other side of that, and you just pick it up. It's kind of in this crevice area to the left. Here's next when you're doing rooftops. And it's kind of like right off the start, you know, you'll see a reaver fly by and you just go over here to the left and pick it up. Just slightly out of the way. Here is on the top of another rooftop, so just turn over to the left after you just reach your checkpoint, and bam. And you get a nice view of the streets from up here too. And you get a cleaver. Bonus. Here's when you're fending off the troops. You just cut off down here to the left. And you'll be tucked in this corner. And right over there straight ahead is where the next one will actually be later on during your fighting when the boomers burst out. You just keep coming along here. And it's just tucked in the back here by these, you know, big old emergence holes in there. Now we're on to Act 6 of the courthouse. Right off the start, you just come to the far back, and you'll see the sign. You just go up into the ledge area, and you just pick it up. Here is when you're fighting off locusts, and you'll get the option to kind of like jump over the fences, well, you know, little barriers. It's also an open door. And it's just tucked in the corner to the left, far left, and you'll see all the fire. It's not too hard to miss. Here you go, we're battling some more locusts later on. And just tucked in the corner. Right before you're about to leave onto your next checkpoint area. Which is where the next side of one will be, right across where the troika is firing at you. So until the ink clears, and there'll be these beds, you see the troika there, and the dead Cantus, and you just kind of pick it up. But I killed the Cantus, you'll have to do that. Here is another one. You just split off and grab this into this small room. Right kind of before you're going to go out and fight the, you know, get to the Raven. Now where you're fighting the Raven, instead of going to the Raven, you just turn left, go off into this area that's kind of barricaded. It's, you know, kind of really out of the way, and you just pick it up. This one is really easy. Boss fight, just run to the far end. It's sitting here by all this ammo. Can't miss it. And you go kill that. Here is Aftermath. So the first one is when you're in the mall section, you just come to the back here, kind of right off the stairs, and it's just sitting behind a wall. Next is when you're going to the camps, you just split off to the left, keep going to the left, and you'll come into like a bit of a garage, 2 dead bodies, and there you go. Here is another one, kind of where the emulsion is. You can't miss it. It's the sick bay. Yet again, off to the left. It's right before you're going to your next like checkpoint. Far corner where all these glowies are, just chilling. There you go. And here we go. When you're fighting the long shots, you just split off into this basement area. There's a lot of water. And bam, there you go. So hopefully this was helpful for you, and we're gonna continue here in the last 2. And here we go. So basically this guy just got long shotted. You go down, there's a bucket man, you just keep going and jump over into the next room. And cog tag. Here is the final cog tag in the game. The 48th one in the kitchen, far back, chilling right by this guy, and plop the achievement. I hope this was helpful. If you need more additional help, message and I will get back to you. Respect for the fallen, as always.